Scene script. Have you ever wondered how much paper you use in a day and its impact on the environment? It's a question that might seem trivial at first, but becomes more significant when you consider it on a global scale. So let's dive into the daily use of paper. From the moment we wake up, paper is part of our lives. Think about it. We start our day by reading the newspaper with a cup of coffee, jot down notes on a sticky pad, print out reports at work, or even grab a paper napkin at lunch. And let's not forget about toilet tissue, an essential item that's always there, quietly serving its purpose. Then there's the paper used in packaging. From the cereal box in the morning to the paper bag containing your takeout dinner, paper is a constant companion throughout the day. It's in your books, in your mail, even in your receipts. But the omnipresence of paper doesn't stop at household use. It extends to schools, offices, industries, and beyond. Students scribbling notes in their notebooks, businesses sending out letters, manufacturers packing their products, the list goes on. To quantify it, every person uses an average of 700 pounds of paper each year. That's roughly equivalent to a small piano. Multiply that by the world's population and the numbers are staggering. But it's not just the sheer volume that's astounding. It's also the variety. From tissue paper to cardboard, from glossy magazines to grainy newsprint, from writing paper to wrapping paper, the types of paper we use are as diverse as their uses. In essence, paper is an integral part of human life. It's a silent participant in our daily routines, a medium for our thoughts, a carrier of our messages, and a wrapper for our goods. It's quite astonishing how much paper we use daily, isn't it? But what goes into creating this paper? As we move forward, we'll delve into the creation process of paper, its environmental impact, and what we can do to lessen the paper waste. Stay tuned. Paper doesn't just magically appear. It's a product of resources and processes you might not even think about. So, let's journey into the world of paper production. It all begins with the trees, those towering giants that fill our forests. Specifically, softwood trees like pine and spruce are used due to their long fibers, which create a stronger and more flexible paper. Hardwood trees, on the other hand, with their shorter fibers, are used to give the paper a smooth finish. These trees aren't just chopped down willy-nilly though. They're selected and harvested, a process that can be quite destructive to the surrounding environment. As you might imagine, this process requires a significant amount of energy and contributes to greenhouse gas emissions. Once the trees are harvested, they're transported to a mill where they undergo a process called pulping. This involves breaking down the wood into small chips, which are then cooked in a chemical solution to separate the cellulose fibers from the other components of the wood. This process results in a pulpy substance, hence the name. After pulping, the pulp is cleaned and bleached to remove any remaining impurities and to make it a bright, clean white. It's then mixed with water and poured onto a wire mesh screen where the water drains away, leaving the cellulose fibers behind. These fibers bond together as they dry, forming what we recognize as paper. This entire process is not only energy-intensive, but also water-intensive. It's estimated that it takes about 3 tons of wood to produce 1 ton of paper, and that's not even accounting for the water used in the process, which can be up to 100 times the weight of the final product. So the next time you jot down a note or flip through a book, remember the journey that piece of paper has been on. From the forest to the mill, through pulping, bleaching and drying, each sheet of paper we use represents a significant investment of resources. So the paper we use so casually every day has a significant impact on our environment. But what exactly is this impact? How does our use of paper affect our environment? Let's delve into the environmental cost of paper production. It's a topic that's often overlooked, yet it holds such a significant impact on our planet. Paper production begins with the logging of trees. It's estimated that globally, around 4 billion trees are cut down each year for paper production. That's an astounding number, especially when you consider that these trees are vital for maintaining our planet's carbon balance. But the environmental cost doesn't stop there. Once the trees are cut, they're transported to mills, a process that contributes to air pollution. Then, they're pulped and bleached using chemicals, some of which are harmful to both the environment and human health. These chemicals often end up in our waterways, harming aquatic life and making water unsafe for consumption. Paper waste is another major issue. Each year, billions of tons of paper end up in landfills, where they decompose and release methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Moreover, paper recycling, while beneficial, is not a perfect solution. It also has an environmental cost, as it requires energy and water, and the paper can only be recycled a limited number of times. And let's not forget about the energy required for paper production. It's estimated that the paper industry is the fifth largest consumer of energy worldwide. This energy is often produced from fossil fuels, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions and climate change. Finally, there's the issue of deforestation. Forests are our planet's lungs, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. But when these forests are cut down for paper production, we lose these vital carbon sinks, and the stored carbon is released back into the atmosphere. The environmental cost of paper is substantial, but who contributes the most to this? As we move to the next part of our discussion, we'll explore the world's largest paper producers and their role in this environmental issue. The answer might surprise you. Let's look at which countries produce the most paper. In the world of paper production, a few countries stand out due to their significant contributions. At the top of the list, we find China, the United States, and Japan. These nations are the titans in the global paper industry, and their output is staggering. China, for instance, has become the world's largest paper producer. Its booming economy and large population have driven an insatiable demand for paper products. The country's output has been increasing year by year, making it an influential player in the global paper industry. Across the Pacific, we find the United States, another heavyweight in this arena. The US has a long history of paper production, dating back to colonial times. Today, it remains a leader in the industry, with a significant portion of its paper production exported to countries around the globe. Then we have Japan, a country known for its precision and efficiency. Despite its relatively small size compared to China and the United States, Japan is a giant in paper production. The country's advanced technology and efficient manufacturing processes have enabled it to maintain a strong position in the global paper market. But let's not forget about the other countries that are also contributing significantly to global paper production. Germany, Canada, and Finland, for instance, are notable mentions. Despite having smaller populations, their advanced paper industries have allowed them to play a crucial part in meeting the world's paper needs. In a nutshell, these countries, China, the United States, Japan, Germany, Canada, and Finland, are the world's largest paper producers. Their output helps to satisfy the global demand for paper, which is used in countless products, from newspapers and books to packaging and tissues. As we delve into these facts, it's important to remember that paper production has a significant environmental impact. So, while these countries play a significant role in global paper production, it's a role that comes with great responsibility. These countries play a significant role in global paper production. But what can we, as individuals, do to reduce this? Reducing paper use and waste might seem like a daunting task, but there are simple steps we can all take. Let's delve into some practical tips and strategies that can help us reduce our paper footprint. Firstly, going digital is a powerful way to reduce paper use. Whether it's reading the news online using e-tickets or opting for electronic bills and statements, every piece of paper saved contributes towards a greener planet. Secondly, we can all make a conscious effort to use both sides of the paper, whether we're scribbling notes or printing documents. This habit can effectively halve our paper consumption. Next, let's not forget about the power of recycling. Recycling 1 ton of paper can save 17 trees and significantly reduce the energy and water used in paper production. So, ensuring that used paper gets into the recycling bin rather than the trash is essential. Another strategy is to buy wisely. Look for products made from recycled paper or alternatives like bamboo. Also, Choosing products with less packaging or refilling options can significantly cut down on paper waste. Moreover, we can think creatively about reusing paper. Old newspapers can be turned into wrapping paper, and scrap paper can be great for jotting down quick notes or lists. Now, these actions not only reduce paper use and waste, but also bring a host of environmental benefits. Less paper use means fewer trees cut down, less energy and water consumed in production, and less paper ending up in landfills. In addition, digital technologies can offer efficiency and convenience that paper just can't match. And when we buy recycled or alternative products, we support industries that are working towards more sustainable practices. So while the task may seem large, remember that every little bit helps. Each sheet of paper saved is a small victory for our planet. By taking these steps, we can all play a part in reducing the environmental impact of paper. So, we've learned a lot about paper today, haven't we? From the mundane toilet tissue to the daily newspaper, paper is an integral part of our lives, silently playing a role in our day-to-day activities. We've dived into the fascinating process of paper creation, exploring the resources involved and the myriad products that can emerge from it. We also grappled with the sobering reality of the environmental impact of paper production, understanding how our paper consumption contributes to waste and pollution and leads to the felling of countless trees. We've identified the major players in the world of paper production, shedding light on the countries leading the way. But most importantly, we've discovered ways we can reduce paper use and waste. From recycling to opting for digital alternatives, each of us can contribute to a more sustainable future. Remember, every piece of paper counts. Let's do our part to protect our environment